Alright, so that's still considered a break and retest. So once we have that break and retest of a demand zone, I delete it. It is no longer valid in my opinion. Now we could check other time frames, see if there's any supply or demand. We had this area of fair value. That's fair value gap, low volume shelf, whatever you want to call it. Put our volume profile up here. We see exactly there is low volume up here still. I might look to delete. So you see, something I will point out is we've been trying to slowly creep our way into it. Made a high, but we rejected. So I'd like to see if we want to take this high out again over here, take it out, and reject it. So I'm looking for this spot for short 69.40 on ES. If we're able to blast right through it, then I'm going to be looking to see a break and retest. So there's really two ways I'm looking to trade this zone today. First being a sweep of that high and rejection back lower. And that would be a sweep of this high, reject back lower, just like we swept this high and rejected back lower. Or a break and retest. So this is really my main area I'm watching today on the ES. It's going to be off of 69.39, 69.40. Looking at Bookmap, I want to see if we could get some more information on Bookmap, like all this data over here. Good morning, everybody. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday, man. First stream of the year. How exciting. How exciting. Make some money today, guys. Guys, don't forget, we got a few big sales running on the prop firm side and Bookmap side. So Apex Trader Funding, they are still, I want to say, 90% off. Yep, 90% off Apex Trader Funding. Use discount code Bullish Bears for the best recurring sale. So if 90% off is valid, Bullish Bears, 80% off is valid, Bullish Bears. If there's no sale running on Apex and you use discount Bullish Bears, you will still save at least 50%. So you're never paying full price. Don't get thrown off by that. What is it? It's usually like 50K, 196. Most you're paying is going to be the 80s, right? And that's great to get an opportunity to trade an eval and then get funded. But ideally, 90% off, that's a really great sale. They love to run those during extra holidays. They might, listen guys, it's been Christmas, it's been New Year's, this is their New Year's coupon sale, whatever. They might end it and not run 90% off for a while. They might go back to 80%. As many of you who have been trading with me or in the community have known for a while now, they like to run between 70, 80, and 90% off on Apex. I do think those other prop firms jumping in and have made it harder on Apex, so they've been pushing their prices even lower, like we've seen with some of their discounts. I'm going to show you guys too. Apex has a Discord, and they post, like, the in-depth detail about the discounts. So, like, here's this promotion is... So, it's not just 90% off. It's 90% off first month, 50% off recurring, but it's all evals. Every size is priced at $196, then 90% off. So, every account size, 25K, 50K, 150K, 300K, all $20 right now. Lifetime PA fees, 25 to 100K are all $65. 150 to 300K, $144 all in. So $125 for the PA fee. Resets are only 60, and of course 1 day to pass. This ends January 6th. Another big sale in the prop firm industry is going to be Tradeify. Now, I haven't looked into top 1 trading. Tradeify is the first prop firm I've looked into that offers what's called an instant funded account. Now, what that is it basically, it is what it sounds like. And it's basically, let's see, Tradeify. It's basically you skip the funded phase. You go to pricing, it's going to take you down. Let's see, so you do Lightning, which is, again, instant funded. You're not doing an eval. You buy it, you go right to a funded account, and you're able to take payouts once you hit the window. So Lightning, 50K account, Tradeovate, they have 50% running with discount code NYE or discount code Bullish Bears. So use Bullish Bears, 50% off 509 is $250. We have to remember though, it sounds like a lot. It definitely is a lot, But in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't. Because if you're trading with your own capital and you want to trade up to 4 minis, you're going to have to trade definitely a lot more than 250, definitely a lot more than 2,000 if you want to be realistic. So we want to be careful with that. Definitely don't want to trade 4 minis, but my point being is they give you that ability to trade that many contracts. This is your daily loss limit. This is your max drawdown. 20% consistency rule instead of 30%, so it's a little harder there too. Hey, good morning, Kevin. Happy New Year. Lifetime PAs? The lifetime PAs for Apex? I think I might have answered those already. But let me know. Let me know if you want to know, Adonis. The 25K is a bit cheaper. So 25K is priced at 349. So the sale brings it to, what's it, 50% off, 350, 175. So 175 instant funded, no evals, again straight to funded, pretty cool there. Broker integration is Trade08. They did not offer. It used to be only Project X. Then they integrated Trade08 too. Then Project X had problems, and now there's no Project X anymore. They also have growth accounts. Now this is interesting too. Growth account. What's cool with this is there is no activation fee. Look at that, right? So growth account, 50K, it's $97, right? So it's going to be a bit more expensive than an Apex evaluation. However, there is no funded fee. So that really depends on where you're at in your trading journey. Do you feel like you're consistent enough that you're passing evals and you want to skip the whole funded fee? And again, if that's the point, maybe go right to a lightning funded. Or are you consistent enough that you do want to give yourself the eval anyways, but at least you won't have to pay the funded fee, the activation fee afterwards? So it's pretty cool. I like it. I've been looking into it a little extra lately. Very interesting. Oh, I didn't even see that. They have a calendar. Very cool. Yeah, we'll look into them. We'll check them out. Apex has been the one I've been a big fan of for the past couple of years. It's really been this past year that everybody started jumping on board. Let's exit out of this. See where we're at on, this is ES now. Now something else with ES, guys, is we're rejecting this zone. If we do want to break lower, let's say we sweep this low right here, we'll call it this one right there. See an area of support right above it. Call that demand. If we could sweep that, what I would look for is a retest and a target back lower. Now I'm gonna have to find maybe gap fill. Looks like it's down here. Midnight price is gonna be somewhere over here too. So we do have some price targets to the downside that would give us a bit more of a bearish bias. Let's take a look. We got a bunch of tools we could check. You guys know we got a toolbox. First, take a quick dive into market. The reason I like to check market every morning, guys, is to get an idea of the economic data. If there's been any shift in the fundamentals, has a certain somebody done anything or tweeted anything, and it also gives us some key areas to watch. Like look at this 6950 on ES, 6950 ES. 6950, that's this resistance point right there. I have that marked on my chart too. It's another key level that, again, if we can break this zone with strength, we won't be looking for shorts. We will be looking for longs targeting that next area. Let's see. So fundamentally, where are we at? Hey, good morning.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Joy to your brother.
Joy, joy, joy. So slightly bearish on the intraday. Swing trading bias, that's pretty cool. They changed that up. Because you see how intraday, we've been trying to make some lower lows, lower highs, lower highs. So it's another thing to say, if we can hold below these lows, we really shouldn't be looking for longs just yet. Want to be a little careful. January seasonal strength averages 1.2% in gains on the ES. Again, this is something I wouldn't have known unless I checked something like market or another fundamental platform like this. Let's see. So this can all be updated soon because remember it is now January 2nd. So things might start to shift back. Pretty 50-50 on the market sentiment. Capital flows were very bearish. Look at all of this outflows going on there. Currencies, not too concerned over. I will check equities sometimes just to get an idea of if anything's moving and for why. TD Cohen reiterating buy rating following Nvidia's licensing agreement with Grok, an AI interface chip. Oh, what? No, not Grok. Is that Grok? No. I'm gonna look that up. I wonder if I just Google it, if it'll come up. Did I not copy it? Grok and yeah, is that Grok? I think so.
Grokking around the Christmas tree. It's wait,
No,
sorry.
Grok is with a K. This is a different Grok. I'm like having a brain fart over here. All right, let's put market away.
Is it a silent but deadly?
Tesla Q4 production. I covered this, man. This is why you guys gotta follow me on social media. I covered this and this and this because Michael Burry, the big crybaby, I mean the boy that cried wolf, I mean the Big Short, said he says Tesla's extremely overvalued. And quite honestly, if we're looking at Tesla as a vehicle-only company, it's most definitely overvalued. It's over 217 times its earnings per share versus the standard average 17 in the autonomous vehicle, in the auto vehicle industry, whereas it's really more about
Tesla
AI
is
too.
ridiculously overvalued, but is he right? Tesla's own analyst consensus now expects Q4 deliveries around 423,000 vehicles, nearly 15% lower than
stock anymore. I mean, there's money. There's plenty of money to make in it, but it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
All right, ES South target that I've got 69.25-ish. That's a GEX level, and it's about a 111 off the current measured move. Of course, I've been short for
What are you short?
the last
ES?
hour. I've been short MES for the last hour.
It's doing a whole lot of nothing.
Real slow today, absolutely slow. But the move is there. It's just same moves. It's just slow.
It's still pre-market. We don't got volume in there now. It doesn't really give us that big of moves. Sometimes, if we got data, sometimes, but we usually don't get nothing crazy without volume.
There's a PMI final at 9:45 today. Finals usually, unless they're way outside of bounds of the flash, it'll be a nothing burger kind of thing, unless there's a humongous revision in it.
Yeah, no, agreed. Final will give us, it'll give us like a 2 or 3 point spike to both sides, and then that might be it. You guys, a couple setups I'm looking for, right? We're trading off. I'm just going to go over it one more time because I know some people are joining a little late. So this zone we had here on the S&P from Wednesday's price action, right? So markets opened, they sold very strong. Mark this out as a fair value gap, but it's also, if we put our volume profile on there from the New York session, we see an extremely low volume area. And every time price retraces to it, we see this green candle right here, pulled back to that low volume, we rejected. Then over here, we started to create some lower highs, but we broke it, came into it, rejected. So this is still a good resistance point. I was looking to see if we want to sort of repeat ourselves in the market, where we swept this high overnight, we rejected and moved lower, sweep that high again during the New York session, and then reverse back lower. So I'd be looking for a short off of that zone, off of that reaction, or I'd be looking to see if we can break above it with strength. I would look to see if we can break it and like truly break it. Like I'd need to see us above the 69.40, 69.43, and then we'll hold the low volume somewhere, create a new volume profile on the daily, on the New York session now, and we'll look for that retrace, and then we'll go long, targeting that recent high and that 69.50. So regardless, really waiting for this 69.37 level on ES. What I'd like to see too, so look at this, we have a negative CVD so far on the futures market session, so that's after hours. We have some support down here. I'm going to mark this out. This is sort of our last leg of support. If we can fail that, we're most likely going to head lower. I do want to see if we have any demand below us for a price target. So I do see this price level right here, 30-minute, right at that 6 o'clock. So that's New York session. I'm sorry, that's a futures session open last night. We opened, we dipped, and then we rallied since then. So I'm going to mark that out. This is going to be a 30-minute demand zone. Now, that doesn't mean I have to go long there or I have to wait to go long there. You see that we're selling off right now. What we can look for is a break below this other support, break below that support, retrace, and again, look for a new New York session volume profile or something to form for an entry and take that targeting that next demand zone. So using supply and demand gives us an idea of the range of the market. So we have our supply or resistance, we have our demand below us. Now I see we're trading within a 14-point range, very small range, just like Marziti mentioned, very small range today so far. If we can break below it, then look at that. Then I see us trading in an 18-point range. And if we break it with strength, right, then we could be seeing this as now come back here, find it as support, it's a 36-point range. So finding support, finding resistance. Be careful if you're in a trade right now. They just pulled a lot of the orders off the book. Let me, if you right click, I'm pretty sure, yeah, if you right click on the live stream tab, lets you copy the link. I'm going to paste that in the main chat tab if anybody needs it. Take a look at the NASDAQ too today. I do want to see where we're trading at. Something to mention is our weighted index chart down here. So this is the Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, and Meta. This red zone, look at this, guys. Look how remarkable this zone has been for time and time again. Once, this is New York session, New York session, New York session, New York, New York. That's 5 times. This area has worked as resistance on this weighted index chart. Look at that, it's not even counting all the way back here in early December. This is early December, early December. So this has been a really strong resistance point. Same thing, whereas if I'm looking for equities to be strong, I need to see our weighted index above that zone. Now again, the weighted index is just a bundle of charts, the Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, and Meta, but because they're 5 of the top 10 holdings on the S&P and NASDAQ, it gives us that bit of insight in the direction and strength behind them as well. So something I'd look for confluence-wise would be, okay, weighted index at resistance and NASDAQ at supply. I would take NASDAQ short. Let's say the VIX is at support and ES is at resistance, right? Because VIX is supposed to go inverse. So I look for the weighted index to trade with the trend, and I look for the VIX to trade inverse to the trend. And those two alone, with the ES and NQ, give me an extra double confirmation. So even if you don't have a trading strategy, even if you don't have order flow, if you just start going by these charts and you start marking out some supply and demand, support and resistance, just give yourself some structure around your trading, then you'll be able to sort of start to see some follow through, right? Because you have to create structure or else you're just going to spin your wheels and go in circles. Market's open in 5 minutes and we're getting a little volatility, a little kick coming in here. Again, we're going to be patient and we're most likely going to wait for not only New York session to open, but we might even possibly wait for that first 15 minutes to start to flow so we could get an idea if we're A, moving in direction and have a strong trend, B, staying range bound, and again, just want to stay out of the market anyways. That's sort of it, right? That's sort of it. Because if we're trending, it's either going up or we're going down, like we always say. So the question is where and how. If we start to break this zone, like I said, I'd possibly look to see if we could continue lower. Let's check out our ultimate reversal setup, which is basically our gap fill. Gap fill's all the way down here, 68.91. Midnight price is 69.22. That's definitely going to get hit. Let's see. I want to see with Edgeful gap fill by weekday on ES. Now guys, Edgeful is a statistic-based platform. This gives me, it's almost like backtesting without having to do all that backtesting. So ES, gap fill, and let's look at by weekday. What's up, Adonis? So Friday, gap up, right? Today's a gap up. We're gapping up above that blue zone. 65% filled. Okay, that's okay. It's not the best. Definitely more in our favor. Let's see. But if we go gap fill by size, look at the size we have here on ES. 0.53%. That's a pretty big gap fill. So gap fill by size, 0.54, 0.53. We come down here. Here's our bracket of the 0.40 to 0.69. And gap up, 42%. So definitely a lot less in our favor. But on the other hand, look at the gap downs. Gap downs really barely failed. Whereas gap ups, closer on that 50-50. So again, I'm not completely against looking for that as a target. But on the other hand, I have a demand zone right above that. If we do start to sell off, I'd much rather and feel safer targeting demand, knowing that this is only sort of a 42% chance that that gets hit. Yo, good job, Adonis. Yeah, man, if you're ready for an instant funded, like we said, Tradeify offers those instant fundeds. Nice, Google. Just location drop me like that. That's awesome. That's so nice. What account am I on? Bullish Bears. Why would you do that? Instant funded. We're gonna go pricing. Lightning. It's 50% off now. That's the best sale they've ever had. 50% off the 25K and 50K. It's 250 for the 50K, 175 for the 25K. 25K only lets you trade one mini, 10 micros. If anything, let yourself start with the 25K because it's cheaper, only 175 for an instant funded, and you could get paid out in as little as 5 days, right? If you hit the 20% consistency rule. Let's be a little realistic. Let's say 6 days. You get a payout in less than a week. Use that payout to then update to the 50, right? Give yourself goals in trading and realistic goals so you're not overshooting things. But yeah, give it a shot. 50K also though, you get up to 4 minis then. Let's say you have a tighter stop loss, you're able to take advantage of the move, or you're even able to add to a winner. Go with the 50, right? Build up that cushion. The 20% rule is there for the payouts. But if you're able to get a 50K and have a banger day and build up your cushion, that's way more important in my opinion. Because then you could always work on the 20% rule. Take longer to trade, sure it takes longer to get a payout, but at least you're building some cushion behind you. Gives you less concern when you're trading. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's going to be our rundown for this morning. Let's see how markets open, where we want to head to. CVD is still negative, but markets open in 30 seconds. So be very careful. Let's be very patient. I wanted to see gold hold this 43.74. So I'm going to add an alert on gold too, just to keep an eye on it. Because, again, it's low volume down there, but I'm not the biggest of fans. Let's take a look at the dollar. If the dollar's showing weakness, I would be a bit more interested in gold, but it's struggling. It's trying to. All right, markets are open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to rumble. Getting some volume coming in right away, obviously. Markets are open. It's the first day, guys. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys had a great New Year yesterday. Let's make 2026 a great year. Now, I'm not going long here. I'm not taking any trades here. I did just note that low volume area. I'd like to see that hold. New low a day hold. And new high a day start to push higher. That's just because of the buying volume I'm seeing. I'm not taking anything right now. Oh. Filled? Nice. Get it. We do have more buying delta too, so this is more bullish off the open, right? If I was looking for a scalp, if I was looking for a trade, I would be looking for the longs. I'm not taking anything right now. I'm staying patient. I'd much prefer to wait for my zones, because I don't know. Look at that. You see how it all got swept like that? We don't know what's real and what's fake in the market. So when we give ourselves the ability and the opportunity to mark out zones and levels where markets have reacted to in the past, we're looking at historical levels. We're looking at levels that have proven to show some type of support and resistance. So I know if I'm not at my support or at my resistance, this middle of nowhere is going to be chop. A move higher might fake people into going long, and then we might reverse. A break of the lows might fake people into going short or stop out of longs and then reverse, right? So I want to stay patient. And guess what? If we stay range bound up here and then we sweep into demand and start to hold, then I would look for a long, right? Because then we're in our support zone. Let's see our I want to see the pullback level on ES on market, because I have, look at that demand zones coming up soon, right over here. Let's take a look at ES and NQ and everything else. Let's see. Google also hitting that level we were looking for. There goes ES moving lower. So again, no longs yet. That's why we wait for the reaction. If we could get back above and create a higher low and find some buying pressure, that would be great. But right now, sellers stepped in pretty strong at these levels. So let's just be patient. No reason to force anything. What I'd like to see, look, so what I'd like to see is us continue lower and leave this area of low volume and use 21.25 as my entry for a short. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, let's continue. And then look at that. We're looking for a real nice short position. Half a second here, guys. Alright, good, perfect, good. This is exactly what I wanted it to do, right? Move a bit lower, keep moving lower, and keep this low volume area. Because now what we're doing, when we start breaking lower and consolidate down here, we're going to pick up volume in this point. When we pick up volume at that point, that'll leave this area as that low volume. Perfect, guys. This is looking good so far. I don't want it to come back up to it too soon. But beggars can't be choosers, right? Let's see. Oh, we're coming back into it already? Okay, let's see. Are we? Almost. We almost came back into it. I'm looking for 21 as an entry, around 23 as a possible stop. Looking to target demand. Yeah, looks good, man. I'm going to be taking that once we can retest that. I'm not shorting the lows. We're waiting for the pullback. But that looks good on the shorts. Alright, let's see. I'll set up some positions, some contracts to go short there. So 21 entry, about 23.75 stop loss. Alright, let's see if we can retrace to it. We're getting a pullback. Perfect, man, perfect. Do want to be a little careful on the pullback. Looking for this 20 to about like 24. So really looking for the rejection near this 21 area. Right there. 21. 21. Can you do something for me? Alright, here we go. Here's 21. So I'll look to get filled here at 21. Stop at 23.75. If it does go right to stop, we're just right out of it. I'm looking for the reaction too. So getting a little bit of a reaction. We did have buying volume. I do want to be a little careful. VIX has been trying to move higher, which would be bearish. But look at the buyers trying to step in. Might go right to stop here. Be careful, man. Stop is going to be around 23.75. I think I want to move it to 24.25. Or even 24. But look at, we're getting a little resistance. Okay, here's a reaction so far. Nice, not bad. Okay, cool, cool. Guys, great entry so far. Good stuff. Just stay patient. I'm in just one contract. There we go. Come on now, can we start to hold? Can we start to see some stronger selling volume? What I want to see is this hold up to the downside. I don't like these fake orders. Yeah, I was going to say a lot of time those fake orders show up on Bookmap and then they just run right through them. So I do want to still just same stop loss. Right now we're just re-entering where my entry was. So I'm not completely concerned. But stay patient. Could be retrace right here for a re-entry, right? So I'm just waiting. Could stop me out. Stop loss is at 23.75. Minute 36 left here. Market pulse is a bit more bullish. Yeah, I think it does want to run to stop. Just be patient here, ladies and gents. I'd really want to see that VIX start to move higher too. I'm still holding. Did not go to stop loss yet. We're still rejecting this area. I think I do want to move it up though to 24.25 just to give it a bit more room. The reason for that is because this whole area, this is the volume area shelf I'm looking to short. There we go. Get another reaction. I need to see us sweep this 18 now. If we could sweep this 18, it's going to be creating another low. There we go. There's a sweep of that. That gives me a bit more confidence in continuation. Still just holding. Never risk more than you're willing to lose. Take a trade knowing that, okay, if I lose this trade, that's okay because the next trade I'll make it back, right? That's our goal as traders, is proper risk management. Nice. Here we go, guys. We're getting somewhere. I'd like to target the next demand zone down here at 69.02. 69.02. So I'm looking for about 15 more points. From entry, I'm looking for about 20 points on the ES today. Not bad. Just going to stay patient. VIX moving back higher. NASDAQ moving lower still. If equities could start to reject and keep moving lower here, that'd be great. Nvidia did reject the new high. There we go. Let's go, guys. Huge. See a break here. I want to see a strong break here. This is not previous day low on NASDAQ. I need to update that level. Previous day low is way down here now. So that is a little bit of a concern that we haven't taken out previous day low yet. But looks okay. I'm going to look to hold this. ES previous day high and low. Where are we? Same deal. We haven't taken out previous day low yet, but we have been very bearish the past few days. There we go, guys. Big drops there. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff. Great job. Great job, guys. Amazing. Amazing. Look at these sellers, man, falling off a cliff right here. Boom, boom, boom. Could look to take a contract off here if you're in multiple. I like this. I want to see more selling. I don't like the CVD's been trying to hold bullish. I actually might get out based off of that. Yeah, we're in some pretty solid profit. I think we'd be silly to not take it, but we want to try to let our winners run. So 3:27 left on this 5 minute. We're gonna let it do its thing and just stay patient.
Yeah,
VIX is moving higher. Yep. What's that?
Move your stops, tighten them up so that at least you capture something, or you can get out. One of the two. We have hit the pivot point on the ES. Is that what you're trading? I just walked back in.
Yeah, shorty, yes, shorty, yes.
All right, so we went down, we hit the pivot point, which is down at 69.12. Fair value gap we're digging into a little bit. This is also the high volatility level, 0 DTE, Menthor Q.
Look at this. Look at this big buyer that got trapped up there when we reversed on him too. That's pretty solid. Come on now, let's keep going. Let's keep going lower. I want to see that 69.02 on ES. VIX moving higher. So the Dow's moving lower. And NASDAQ's really the only one trying to hold right now. And that's because Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, and Google are all trying to hold. That is a major red flag on these shorts. I want to be real careful here. Yeah, these buyers trying to find support. I might look... I don't know, man. That's tough. I want to try to get out then if that's the case. 2:02 left in the 5 minute. Could try to wait and see if equities can get weak at some point, but this is not looking the most ideal for shorts anymore. I think I want to take it off at that low a day that we made off of like 13.
All right, from the market open there, we have a measured move that went from what, 69.22 down to 69.13 and a quarter. We went down, we hit the pivot point, which was a 111 reversal.
Yeah.
So we're coming back up. VWAP and Bollinger Band midpoint here on the 1 minute, 69.22-ish. So that is our line in the sand. If we break and hold above that, we're going back north. Otherwise, target south, 69.09, followed by 69.04.
Wow, this might go to stop, guys. Look at these buyers trying to step in. I like we got a bit of a spread here to the downside. I want to see a reaction back lower off of these buyers like we had over here. But I'm moving my stop loss to 23, let's say 23.75. I think that's where it was before. Because that's where my analysis is wrong. If we could break that level, we're most likely holding it and scaling higher. But if we could hold below, I want to try my best to let my winner run to take profit. Need to see equity start to get weak. Want to see the VIX was just at new high of day while ES was at new low of day. PMI flash is at what, 9:45 or 10?
Uh, 9:45.
So right now.
Not a flash, it's a final.
Okay.
15 just closed.
Yeah, 15. Oh, good call. 15 still leaning a bit more bearish than bullish, but it's tough, man. These buyers are showing some resistance. I'm going to, again, stay in it. Stop loss 23.75. It stops me out. It stops me out.
Liquidity, yeah. Liquidity, obviously, at 62 or 69.23. 23 is liquidity grab. So right there, there it is, liquidity grab. Now the question is, we either turn around here. This is where we're supposed to turn around.
Yeah, I was so close to my stop, man. One more run up like that and I'm out. That's why I kept my stop loss though, is at the high of the low volume area. But at this
Yeah,
point, buyers.
we break that last high right there. We're done with the short.
That's for sure, but let's see. Let's see. VIX trying to turn around too. I didn't really have VIX at a key level. Oh, I guess it has rejected in the past. Just be careful. I'm not stopping out yet. Gold continued lower. Glad we didn't take a stab at gold. Yeah, really need to see sellers step in here on ES. Like Marzetti said, this is sort of the last stance for sellers right here.
Intraday volume level is at 69.30. So we have a natural tendency to return to that area. But prior day volume level, 69.27, we'll say. So again, we've got two volume profiles overhead. Those act as big magnets, a lot of cases.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to be careful of that as far as what's going on there.
Here, all right, stopped out. Now we wait. That was I should have took it just to new low a day. I stay doing that with the low volume trades. I just stay taking it to new low a day or go stronger. All right, that's fine. Let's see.
All right, there we are back to intraday volume mode.
Beautiful, beautiful. That resistance becomes support. Keep an eye, be careful, be patient. Around 24. Look at this big volume imbalance. What happened? Market said, hey, never mind. I should have took profit on those. I had a couple accounts going. I had one account I took profit on a contract, but wasn't where I wanted it. Nice. Look at these buyers, man. That's crazy. Remember, another trade plan we were looking for was a resistance level at around 69.40. Yeah, 42. Strong level. I'll look for a retrace to 24. This was all driven really by the strength in equities. Google new high a day, Nvidia new high a day, Apple new high a day. NASDAQ in resistance. The supply zone right now, but I wouldn't look for longs or shorts just yet. I'd look to see if NASDAQ could scale above that supply and see where the weighted index is too. Big drop on the VIX. Again, looking for this 24 area for possible long, sort of flip the shorts. Hourly closes in 10 minutes. Could really just sort of wait. 43 seconds left in this 5. Let's be patient. I'm looking for this area down here. So look, this low volume area, we see that there's an imbalance between 20 and 23 when we broke it very fast because we have that lack of volume right there. Here we go. Remember, Nas is in resistance, so that is one thing saying possible bear, but be careful. Very strong. NQ almost a low volume area right here. Look at this, 49, 49 even right there. Support at 45. But I think in my opinion, ideally, I'd sort of rather wait for ES. I guess with the equity strength that we're seeing, a NAS long wouldn't be completely off the table. Yeah, like that. Nice. I did not take that. Glad we respected our stop loss, that's for sure. One thing we can control is our loss. Look at this massive seller sitting here on NASDAQ. That's like huge. I almost want to short it off of that seller, but I can't just short it for one reason, right? One reason is not enough confluence. You can see how we react to it. It's supposed to be 795 lots sitting there to sell. And remember too, if we do try to go short up here, this would not be trying to top tick, but yes, be trying to top tick. But we have low volume right under us. That could work as support. Getting there. Okay, we are rejecting that big area of sellers. So that's pretty cool. ES had that resistance point. ES rejected that area. Okay, pretty cool again. Okay. All right, NASDAQ. Nice. Good job, Jay. Let's see. Come on, Nas. I'd like to... Ooh, okay. I was going to say, I'd like to see a buyer try to step in towards a 780 and fail. Then I would take it short. Well, we were right on the shorts off of that high. Question is, how long do the shorts hold, and do we create a higher low? Because look, we created higher high, higher high. If we hold this, it's a higher low. But if we break it, oh, we could really be in for a little something here. 15 closes in 7 minutes. Yeah, I might look for a fade on NQ777 for a short. Just wait. Could also wait for the 5 to close. We got 2:13 left in the 5 minute. Plenty of time for it to try to move lower and then make its way back higher. VIX moving lower. VIX moving lower is still bullish though. Remember that. Big rejection candle there on NASDAQ. That's great. Gold doing a lot of nothing. Damn, NQ. Okay, we'll look for the shorts. Just want to be... Yeah, look at that. Okay. Now, we had an imbalance down here, so we were looking for support down here. I wouldn't be so quick to take shorts at these lows. We got a minute 32 left. Shorts should have been activated up here in the supply zone off the rejection. Did not. That's okay. I could sort of wait for a pullback. Don't forget, even ES had that 69.24 below us. So it's going to really depend on how markets are closing on the 15-minute, 30-minute, and hourly. Hourly looks like it could be giving us a big rejection candle. ES gave us a really nice reaction to that high that I wanted to see. So I might even look for an ES short because that was part of our pre-market playbook trade setup today. Like, where are we at? This is 309. We didn't really have any outliers or anything massive. We'll see. "13 seconds left. Let this 5-minute close. No reason to not." Lower highs possibly forming here. Yeah, definitely considering short ES. Let's see. Or NAS. They're both looking okay on the sell side. Just got to find that resistance on equities too, though. See if we could head towards this 78 again. I don't think we can. Equities trying to hold NVIDIA with a little bit of a dip. I could start a short position here on NQ. Stop's going to be sort of like above this 83. So again, it's a starter position, so it's a very light size. Just looking to trade the momentum off of this resistance area. And if it fails, the reason it's a light size is so that I could take the paper cut and say, okay, I'm done for that. Nice reaction. Pretty good, pretty good. Then it gets bought back up, so be careful. I do want to see if we can make our way back to VWAP, but buyers have been pretty strong. Remember, buyers kicked in around 940, and they haven't really slowed down since. So we might tighten up the stop loss a bit. No reason to give it that much room. Because I think if buyers step in, we're going to run. Equities are rejecting for the most part. Sort of be looking for a retest of this supply zone for a short. Like we're getting right now, so that's good. Just want to see if we could reject it again. There we go. Nvidia's selling off, Google's selling off. VIX still moving lower though. Be careful on that. VIX moving lower is bullish. VIX moving lower is bullish. But NASDAQ with a nice reaction. Nvidia selling off, Google selling off, near some support on Nvidia and Google. I like these reactions to the downside that we're seeing. I'd like to see another impulse move like we're seeing right now. Remember, when sellers step in, they do take it with a lot more strength. But we haven't really been seeing good selling volume on these drops. We've just been seeing volatility. So I'd be careful that buyers aren't absorbing these sellers to the downside on each dip. So be a little careful on that. Might even look to take a contract or two off here. I'm just in 5 micros. Like I said, it was a starter position. To get out of a few, lock in gains, and just protect ourselves because markets are pretty unpredictable. It's still the first day of the year as well. Okay, so out of a couple cons on that drop, I'll hold just 3 right now. See that? Buyers keep trying to step in when we make new lows. But minute 15 left. 15-minute closes in a minute 15 as well. Hourly closes in a minute 15 too. So I wanted to see the seller step in for the last minute of the hourly and 15-minute candle because I wanted us to close with a longer upper wick. And we're trying to get that on NASDAQ. We got to try to see that on an ES too. But if we do start to pull back, probably going to stop out. And we'll probably see the next trade setup that we were waiting for. And you guys remember that. That was a break above this resistance and a retrace to go along on ES. So either way, we're just really staying patient, letting markets come to us, trading the reactions, trading the trends, and that's about it. We got 30 seconds left in the 15 to close. Really need to see these sellers step in soon. Getting a little bit, but we got to scale below 725 on NASDAQ. If we can't do that, we're just going to chop around. 15 seconds left. 15-minute, not the best reaction off of resistance on ES. There we go. There's a little something. There's 30. 4 seconds left in the 5-minute. This is where I'd like to try to see some continuation. This might be where we sweep up. Well, like I said, chop until a bull flag and pop higher. Just waiting. Where we at? Yeah, this might run to stop out the last couple cons I have. 61 is my stop loss on those. Let's see. So again, we're range bound here. Yeah, it's getting there. Stopped out of those last few. Glad I locked in before. Let's see. Right now we wait. We wait to see if ES breaks up and gives us a good entry, or we wait to see if NASDAQ does. We cannot force anything. We are here to react to market. So here's that low volume area. We just scaled above it. 37 to about 35. 37 to 35. So let's get it prepared. So that again, when we have this break, 37, 20. When we have this break, we can take that retest. Why don't we just take the break? Well, because we don't know if this is a true break yet. What do I mean by true break? Well, we don't know if we break it in reverse again. Before we broke it here in reversed, so why don't we do that again? Something I will say is we're rejecting supply over and over. That's bullish. I'll look to try to take a long on ES. Just gotta be patient, man. We rejected this high a few times. I don't want to be jumping the gun on anything. We have good buying delta. It's not like we have any bearish outliers or bullish outliers either. We have pretty consistent price action. But again, buying the highs is never really ideal. Let it break out and prove that it's not the highs, right? And then we could take a trade. See that crazy volatility? That's why I said let it move up. Keep this as a low volume area and hold it. Right now we're at resistance. We don't want to force anything. VIX moving lower. Weighted index is struggling. So again, it's like a 50-50 area where some saying bullish, some saying bearish. I like that kick of volume though that came in there. 205 left. Don't buy the highs. We still have to be patient. Hourly. Tough hourly, man. 4 hour also just closed. Ooh, that's definitely a bit more bullish. Just hate that the weighted index and NASDAQ are at such a point of resistance right now. So look, see that? We're coming into the zone again. Chopping it up, pulling up more and more volume from it. So less and less likely that we're going to break it, in my opinion. Or hold it, I'm sorry. Hold it, in my opinion. NASDAQ had that super area of resistance at 25,800. That was wild. Good buying volume, trying to hold. 69.27 to the downside on ES. Again, ideally, I want to see a break above 69.40, retrace and hold. Anything on gold? Gold moving lower. I do wonder if gold's been giving us a cleaner bear trend. Something to trade on gold to the downside, but even that's a tougher read. Dow moving higher. Look at the rejection on the weighted index here. That is a huge rejection.
ES is in chop at the moment on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Not able to make a new high very easily. Well, it did about 3 minutes ago, but I got a feeling it's losing its momentum to the upside. Could be wrong, but I think we're coming back down to 69.30, maybe 69.27. There's a fair value gap that's unfilled down here.
Yeah.
I could definitely see 69, like I say, 27-ish. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna run. I'll be back around 11-ish, guys. For those of you that want to do a what do you see session in the chart, and so I'll see you guys in about an hour.
Cool. Thank you, Marzetti. See you soon. I mean, if CVD was leaning a bit more bearish, I'd consider short. There's a lot of things that are still leaning a bit more long. NASDAQ is definitely losing steam, though, and starting to sell off. We're not seeing good selling volume, though. The sell bubbles, compared to our buying volume we had earlier, very insignificant. So I wouldn't be so quick to be like, oh, selling volumes here. It's not. We're just seeing a pullback. That could be profit taking.
Kevin, is it a thing from the shoot up at 9:47 this morning that there are people who want to jump on that train around the 700 mark on NQ just before it shot up. Is that a thing?
Wait, what do you mean? What's the question?
So let me try to rephrase that. Sorry, at 9:47 when everything just shot straight up,
Yeah.
right? So that was at 25,700 on NQ. Do you think that there are people who missed that train and want to jump on it around that area for it to bounce around there? I guess that's my question.
Yeah,
The buyer stepped
absolutely.
in. Do you think there's people with FOMO who want that area to buy again?
Absolutely. That's a great thought, great idea. And yes, sir, absolutely. Great way to sort of engage and look at support and resistance and supply and demand is that, hey, listen, when we break a zone, that becomes, if we break a supply, it becomes demand because the people that were just short want to get back long in that spot now. We're vice versa. So absolutely, man. Good thinking.
Thank you.
For sure. Now, if we were getting like clean price action today, I would take it long on ES Hero for this big seller that we reversed on. But this is just chop. I do not have much trust in these markets right now, so we're going to let them play out. First day of the trading year. Gold. Anything on gold? Gold's really not giving us anything either. Negative delta. Yep, yes, broke lower. 700 coming soon on NASDAQ. I liked 25 for ES. 25 to, well, 23, 24. That's where we were short earlier. I worked new low a day. So now I'd like to see it hold it as support. Now, takes to new high a day. Throw our fib tool on there too. That lines up with our optimal trade entry. I mean, I'm looking for longs ES 69.2250. NAS just hit that 25,700 level. Here's some resistance above us on ES's orders that just formed. They just pulled them though. No, they're still sort of there. Hey, good morning. How come I am seeing this? Not seeing the same chart. Yours are delayed. Damn, looks like that's delayed. You see the D in the corner up there? That means it's delayed, so you need live data. Hey, nice. Oz took the short with me. He was smart though. He got out at that new low a day. I gotta remember that, man. Those volume profile trades are mint. I just gotta really respect that new low a day being take profit instead of trying to mooch even lower. Like I was looking for a break even lower, but we were short here. We could have caught it for a nice quick move. But that's okay. We're staying patient. We're looking for a new reaction down here off the 22 to 24 area. Weighted index, man. What a beautiful resistance. The supply zone on NASDAQ. And that key level on the weighted index. I'm not looking for shorts myself, but definitely a bit. The shorts have a bit more strength right now. Waiting. Waiting on the short to change. I'm looking for 24, and I'm looking for 23. Wanna go along on ES with some buying. Alright, we're getting there, man. Here's 26. We have passive buyers sitting here at 26. This is the fall off I'm looking for right over here. So dip into it, find a big seller, and then let's just reverse on that. NAS dipping below that 700 at 85 right now. Gold continuing lower. Dow getting weak now too. Alright, here's that 24 area. I actually had 23. Yeah, it's sort of that last point right here, but we're gonna need to see a reaction. These sellers mean business right now. Don't go long for the sake of going long. New York session volume profile. Really not at that low volume area anymore. If equity started to hold here, I would go long. If we could get back above 24.25, I'd consider trying to go long on ES, but VIX moving higher. There's a little bit of buying volume, but we don't want to jump in just because of the first sign. We just saw a lot of selling pressure. There's a bit more buying. If we get back above 24.25, I'd consider it, but really gonna have to see. Here's at 22 again. Yeah, part of me is considering just starting the position so we could get in this area, and if it just fails, it goes right to stop. We're out of it, but we don't want to go long on a strong sell-off like that. It's trying to catch a falling knife. We do not want to do that. It is hitting optimal trade entry. It is hitting the bottom of that fair value gap. Has been a bit more strong than bear, and it did just make a new high a day. But more recently, we've seen selling. Yeah, look at that, guys. Massive selling on that. We were way right on the NASDAQ shorts. A little more disappointed in myself for not listening to myself on the NQ shorts. We're just falling out the sky right now. I was short at 49. Would have been over 100 points. It's okay. New low day on NASDAQ. No new low day on ES. Hey, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Turk. Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. NASDAQ just dropping even lower right now. This looks like a momentum trade, but again, don't want to sell the lows, don't want to buy the lows. Very tough point. Much rather wait for a pullback. There we go. Look at that NASDAQ. Keep dipping, man. Just keep selling. Let's just rip the face off of equities right here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, let's go. Need one more dip here. Oh, amazing. Out for a scalp. Oh, wrong account. I keep doing that, man. That's a little frustrating. Taking it on the wrong account. New low day almost on ES here. Boom, NASDAQ lower and lower. How low can NQ go? Let's see. ES, anything area-wise to enter? Nope. Very range-bound. Yo, ES wants that demand zone. ES was right off of that rejection, so we had a few good shorts that could have been. A few good could have beens today. It's alright, listen, man. It's the first day of the new year. Volume is getting right back into markets again. Good, let markets come to us. Let's get a feel for it. Let's gain some experience and exposure this morning and see what's going on so we could execute better tomorrow. What's up, Ronald? Good morning, man. What's up, what's up? Equity's even weaker and weaker. I'd really want to see a pullback, though, but the momentum we've had is not signaling any pullback whatsoever. New lows, new lows. What's our daily candle look like? We haven't taken out previous day high or low yet either. So again, that's also in play, which would lead to even a stronger sell-off. I'd like to see how we react to 600 again on NQ, if we can even get back there. I'd want to go short somewhere below 600, stop above 600. Insane selling today. Dude, that's crazy, man. That's alright, dude. I'm fine with that. It gives me more confidence into tomorrow. Never let one day sway you the wrong way. You take a losing day, you take it for what it is, and you execute better the next day. Period. I'm looking for it's at 08 to 20. All right, here's a spike back to 600. Equity's on a little pullback. Let's see if we get that pullback to that. What was it, like 10 to 20? Ten to 20. We hit 05. That was close. Oh, wow. No telling. These sellers said, we're just gonna keep going. See you at the finish line. Woo! Holy cow, let's go, guys. Big sellers. Massive. ESCVD is still positive, but that doesn't mean it's bullish. We have been selling off. This was wild, man. VIX moving higher. Really want to see that pull back towards 610.
I'm not sure it's gonna happen, Kevin.
Oh, you see this volatility? It's gonna happen. This 5 just needs to close already. I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
If me saying that means it's gonna happen, just so you know.
Listen, man, not for nothing. ES is coming near that demand zone finally. That's crazy. That would have been a much bigger trade than shorting here to there. Shorting here to there. That's much better. Damn, there we go, Naz. Another low. That is insane. Gonna make another low. And another low. There we go. Come on now, give us something. You gotta give us something. Let's see. Nope. It's like I ain't gotta give you anything. Watch out for this support off of 25,550. Higher low forming here off of 570. 57. Nice. 2 minutes, alright, good. 5 minutes closing where we wanted. Now we want to see another little bit of a run up, take this high out and reverse, but we're just, oh my goodness. We're just gonna keep going lower. Probably just short it, get out 5 points, short it, get out 5 points. Let's see. Or 10 points with this range. Huge, guys. This is massive. Wild. I mean, just selling after selling after selling. Non-stop. New levels, new levels, new lows. ES at that support, but let's be real. It's really at support. Keep an eye on it. Asia lows, yeah, it's coming. Major lows, yeah. Possibly. That's wild, bro. That is absolutely wild. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Starting to form an outlier here. It's negative 200. Negative 226. If this could be a big negative, and we reverse on that in a demand zone, a lot of people are going to be shorting these lows right now. Possible trade setup. Possible. It has to have a reaction. If it doesn't have the reaction, it's not possible. Nah, not having it. Not having it. See ya. VIX new low a day. NAS even lower. NVIDIA even lower. Damn, bro, that is insane. Wow. I was short 230 points ago on NASDAQ. It's too tight of a stop loss. I didn't give it enough range. Didn't give it enough room. Gotta remember, New York session comes in, we get a lot more volatility than pre-market. Can't be seen pre-market chop and think we're gonna chop the day. Pre-market means nada. 15-minute rejection candle there too. Shit, that's crazy, bro. Might just take a short and hold, but now if you short, now watch us pull back. VIX moving higher. Previous day low about to be taken out. I mentioned previous day low was not taken out. We got a ways to go on the shorts, and boy was I right. Wow. Oh, let's see. NVIDIA selling off. Here we go, NASDAQ. We gonna sell off here or what? Google weak. We're gonna get another sell off, or is now we're gonna chop? That makes sense that now we want to hold after a big sell-off like that. So be careful, guys. Don't short the lows. Don't short the lows. Let's see. Even that fail right there, that gives me a bit more confidence to short a low. That we just tried and failed again. Wow, this thing might keep going. Big sell-off today, guys. This is gonna be something we hear about in the news channels today, right? If we keep selling, we have a major sell-off today. 2%, 3%, 4% down on the S&P and NASDAQ. Start off the year. Be huge. There's a big buyer. That failed. Trying to get back above 500, but failing. I think it could. I'd like to. VIX is at a key level 2 for a reversal, so be careful on that. Yeah, I'd love to see just continuation lower on NASDAQ. Just rip the face off, just keep going lower. There we go. There's no reason to even pull back, right? We haven't pulled back yet. Why pull back now? Nice. A little something here. Come on now. Another leg. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Amazing. Took it for a little scalp. Back to break even, back in profit on the day. Just got to be patient, take advantage of the markets. But this is wild, man. This is insane price. I'm actually very excited about this, guys. I don't know about you, but if this is going to be the first day of the new year of price action, oh boy. Might be in for a treat. Looking for 505 to 16. VIX is at a key area. Nas trying to find some buying volume. If it fails, we know what that means, but I'm looking for an area right above where we are right now near this 05 zone. Even ES actually. Do we have a... Okay, ES might be lining up a bit better. I think I like ES better because it's lining up in that resistance point, the support area. So same deal where support becomes resistance, new low day. Same trade setup as earlier, right? Same trade setup, looking for 95 to 97. Oh, that's below that zone. We'll see. Like 95 to like 98. So again, I'd like that zone to be hit. Wait. Yeah, 98. Oh. No, that's the area. So that's possible short on ES. Look at the reaction so far. VIX is at a key point though, be careful. Everything's... Hey, good job, Kev. Good start. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a great start to the year, man. Even though we didn't capitalize on this massive move, we could have, man. Definitely, I'm going to be a bit more patient on my entries and reactions to the zones, because even if I waited for this to close red, took the next one, put my stop at that high, would have been able to capitalize on a nice move. But I was trying too tight. It's like, oh, let me measure out 10-point stop loss, 20-point stop loss. Nah, man, when we have a big move like this, you can't have that same 10-point, 20-point stop loss. So you see how this buyer came in and we failed? I want to see buyers come in again above that and fail. Gold chopping its way lower, not really giving a smooth trend either. Let's see. Waiting for 95. Do they have a new... Is the new What's in Play out yet? Oh, let's go. This is cool. This is cool. We'll watch it tomorrow, guys. But Edgeful updated their What's in Play. So it's gonna be a bit better for finding like higher probability levels and trade setup. So that's really cool. I'm excited about that. It's taking a minute to load in now, I think because markets have sort of already started to move, and a lot of the levels it goes off of are like gap fill and stuff like that, so they've already been hit. Let's take a look at ES. Here we go, guys. Come on now, retrace, re-hit that broken demand. Here's another big buyer up here. Come on, take us into 96. I'm going to take it here. Ooh. I'm trying to get filled 925. 95.25. 95.25. Oh, hold up. Let's see. Yeah. Could try 90. You know what it is? We'll try 95.25 and see if it makes that. Actually, we'll try it here. See if it makes that. No, I don't like it. It's choppy. It's choppy. Much rather try to get that entry up here at that 96 that I wanted originally. 96, 97 area. VIX is at a key level for a possible reversal, so be a little careful on that. 15-minute time frame still looks more bearish. 30-minute, same deal. So yeah, I'll look for a short at like 96.25. The way we're squeezing right here, though, I feel like we're going to get a reaction. So I do want to be a little careful on it, right? Don't want to jump the gun into anything. Come on now, give us a quick run up to 96. So what I want to see is a quick run up to 96, a big buyer come in, and then fail. Once we fail, I take the short, stop at the high we just made. So here comes that 96. It's 95 again. Extremely range bound. To be looking for a short here. I'd be careful off of the VIX though, because it does look like a possible reversal. Want to see a reaction to 96.25 on ES. Okay, so here's 96, 96.25, 97. There's the 97. Great. There's the broken supply zone I was looking for. Wonderful. Big buyer. If we could start to hezzy here, I will take it short. Here's some more buyers. Good volume. Okay. Now, usually I want to keep my stop loss at the top of this demand zone or near the highs of that demand zone, that broken zone that we have. Here's some more buyers. We're making new high, new high. I'm not short yet. Gotta wait for the reaction if we want to go short. Right now, this whole area is low volume, up to 03 really. So any area, anywhere up here reaction-wise. Next area would be near those highs of that 03-ish, this 02 to 04. So could even look for 02 to 04 to hit. Ideally, off of this broken zone though, I wouldn't want to see the zone break to the upside, but we'll just wait and see. VIX moving back lower, NAS moving back higher, another pop there on ES, looks okay. Nice, man, okay, alright. Okay, here's that 02 to 03, here's that 03. Question is, do we stay below 04? And it looks like we might break above 04. That would be massive. Yeah, we're going to reverse all the way back to the upside. I could see it. I could see it.
I was parenting. What did I miss?
Markets are trying to reverse back higher. This is sort of the last point for shorts to take control here. But yeah, markets are trying to reverse back higher. VIX reversed off of a key area, and ES reversed off of a support zone. We are finding a little resistance here at 04, but it looks like we're gonna break it. So no shorts right now, guys. Let's just be a little patient here. Boom! Look at that, man. Okay. Okay. Now what I wonder is this a real reversal? Are we really going to reverse here, or is this just a pullback? Now, we could use our optimal trade entry, we could use some fib tools, we just look around, see where possible shorts around 69.18 again. So that could be a pullback level, 69.18. 97 to 95 is a low volume, 97 to 95. 8 seconds left in the 5 minute. If I was looking for something, I'd look for longs over here in this little imbalance, 96-ish. That was wild. We might not, we've seen today, when we find a trend, we just go. So we might not pull back. We find a trend and we just say, see ya. See ya. Gold chopping around, silver chopping around. There we go. Yeah, man. ES, I feel like we do want to just sort of try to continue higher. I'm not going to go long. I'm good. I'll be patient. VIX moving lower. Equity's looking strong. Nice. Interesting markets today, man. Interesting. I like it. I absolutely like it. Yeah. Good job, Kev. Goal hit. Yes, sir. A lot of you guys banks. Even off that little short this morning, that little scalp we had was a nice trade. Here's a pullback. A lot of people trapped at those highs, possibly. Did Tesla have earnings? Why are they reporting? I don't think they had earnings. NQ. We're gonna go with what is this? 20 to 200. 20 to about 200. I'm sorry, 500. 20-point stop. Possible trade setup. Look, we created lows, higher low, broke that, look to create a higher low. I'm sorry, yeah, higher low, after lower lows were formed, broke that pivot to make a higher high. So I'd like to see us pull back, create a higher low, go long, target this high. I think we got Asia. Didn't we touch Asia lows? No, we didn't. Yeah, no, maybe. Not on NASDAQ. New York volume profile is pretty chopped right now. See if NASDAQ wants to do anything. Trying to pull back. Equity's getting weak. Remember, sellers had a lot of strength this morning. Sellers had the hold. There we go. Little pullback there. I like that seller that we're trying to hold on NASDAQ. If we can't actually reverse off of it to the upside, we're trying. We'll take it here on NQ with the stop of the low we just created. Like, stop right here. Just sort of trading this range. But I want to be so careful on anything. Come on, give me a little something. Nice. Give me a little cha-cha slide there. New high. Go take out that recent high we just made. I'll get out of some. Good buying volume. Come on, take us up. Nvidia pushing higher. Google pushing higher. Come on now, Naz. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. Another run up here on this 5 minute. Start strong on this 5. Come on, start strong on this 5. Come on, man. Go with Gare. Get there. Get there. Let's go. Out of a few contracts, holding a few. Very good. Patience and comeback, baby. Patience and a comeback. That's it. That's it. Let's go, Naz. Huge. Beautiful. Equity's looking okay. I am going to, let's go, get out of there for a scalp. Great job, guys. Comeback season, full effect. Absolutely how we do it here. Yes, sir. That was good, guys. We waited for that sell volume to come in off of the low volume shelf, right? And we waited for the reaction. Once we had the reaction, we had our entry off 33, stop at that 19, 13-point stop loss, and we took it for a quick 30-point run on NQ. Small scalp, managed trade, waited for the reaction, had the setup. Same Same trade setups, guys. We look for the same setups because we want to be able to repeat what we're doing in the market so we know we're doing something right. So whether you use volume profile, opening range breakout, whatever trade setup suits your trade style and suits your comfort is what you should be using every day on almost every trade. Have a few setups, 2 to 5, but start with maybe 1 or 2 so you could really refine it and then move on with that. Then you could always add and improve. That's where journaling and tracking your trades comes in. Look, this NASDAQ with the buying volume we see and the lack of selling, I think we're going to continue even towards 611. That's another 40 points from our current price level. There we go, big buyer coming in. So now what I'm seeing, and got to take note on what markets are showing us, is buyers are stepping in at the highs, and we're continuing. Stepping in at the highs, we're continuing, and when sellers were stepping in, they failed. So now I know that buyers have control in the market. We were able to flip that bearish narrative that we had from 10 to 10:30. Now it seems we're back on the buy side. We might be able to make our way all the way back up to 25,757, guys. It's a price level we were at today already. If it's a level we were already at, it does have a chance. Look at this low volume area. Here comes that 611. Look at that, guys. I just said that, and we ran up another 20 points at 30 points while I said that. Crazy volatility in there today, man. Big wicks, big ranges. Boom. Let's go. Huge. Great job. And again, the VIX was also at that key level. VIX being at that key area, reversing back lower, helps us also notice that buyers were stepping back in the market. Round of applause. Good job. Guys, if you're here on YouTube, man, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, and definitely follow us on Instagram too, is at Trading with Kev and at Bullish Bears, and join our community at bullishbrs.com. I go live Monday through Friday as long as it's not a holiday. Can't believe it. I can't believe it's Friday. It feels like it's Monday today. Like, I genuinely want to be like, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. It's Friday. It's the weekend again tomorrow. I think next week is finally the first full week of trading in like 3 weeks. Hey, do you guys like, what's it called? Do you guys like Edgeful as, not even just as a product, but as just, yeah, I guess as a product, but as a statistic based, as a platform? Like, do you guys want me to start making content with Edgeful to give you guys like report insights? Like, hey, on Mondays, let's see. So if we go by gap fill by weekday, on Friday, because today's Friday, it'll load in and it'll give us the results. So let's do ES. ES gap fill by weekday. Friday, gap down. Where were we? I think we gapped up. We gapped up. Where's our gap fill? Gap fill's all the way down. Actually, we did hit gap fill price level on ES. Look at this, guys. Our gap fill on ES today was down here. We hit our gap fill on ES. It filled. Gap up, filled 65% of the time. Remember, we went over that. How cool is that? Very neat. At the moment, I make a lot of content with like market and Benzinga, really just covering like what economic and geopolitical and big headlines are moving markets, which in my opinion is like the #1 driver, right? That's fundamentals. That alone surpasses technicals, right? Because when we're talking about returns, when people talk about investing, they usually are referring to long-term investing, not day trading returns. So fundamentals have a big outlook, have a big overhaul on it. Very important to be aware of them. Is there a discount code for Edgeful? I thought there was a, let me pull it up on a different browser. I thought there was a free 7-day trial. Let me log into my Google, a different Google account where I don't have Edgeful, and I'll let you know. Okay, so here is Edgeful. Get started now, get started now. I guess just that you save 20% when you do yearly instead of monthly. Let's see, checkout. Any discount code? No. Oh, add promo code. Let's see. I'm going to have to make a complaint. Bullish Bears. Yeah, we should have a code. I am definitely going to be hitting them up. I literally work with them. I take their mentorship calls and stuff, so I do want to make sure that we have some type of special code. You guys know I like to hook you guys up with nothing but the best. Let's see. I'm going to message them. Excuse me, can I have a code, please? Nah, guys, I'm all up in it. We're chilling. Let's see. What just happened? Okay. I thought they had a set. I thought we had a 7-day trial. I could at least see if they could update the code so it gives you a 7-day trial, because that'd be pretty cool too. I just shot them a message. I'll let you know. I'll keep you guys posted. Austin, I'll let you know, alright? Let's see. For a year? Oh, cool. Oh, so then, yeah, you're probably best off just getting it for the, getting it on the yearly then, because you save 20%, so it's only $40 a month. Would definitely appreciate, well, I can't even use the code, because it says invalid code. So you have to use the affiliate link for us to get some type of, response. No, I did not want to do that. That's so annoying. Let's see. There we go. Pullback on the Nas. That's why we don't trade the chop. Wow, big pullback there. Ho ho. Coming back to that low volume area. Remember how we reacted to it before? But I'm good, man. I'm not retaking that trade. Boom, big dip into here. So 500 last area of support. If we break 500, probably going to head to a new low a day again. Google's made a big comeback in AI, guys. Guys, let me know. No problem. Let me know what, what's it called? What AI software you guys use, if you use any. So I personally love ChatGPT still. I've been using it like since early last year. I think it was even, yeah, early the year prior almost. I had a bit of an early start on ChatGPT before it had that big blow up. but in the past 6 months, Google's Gemini has been able to take 17% of their user cap. How crazy is that? 17%. Now, we do have to recognize, though, that a lot of that is because Google has integrated Gemini into Google, into softwares, into their phones. So it's sort of forcing people to use it, period. But you know, it's still making a big change. It's still making a big jump. And we have to remember it's Google. You know, it's Alphabet. Alphabet's the parent company. This is a company that's been around for ages, and truly a company that's not only not going anywhere anytime soon, but only getting stronger and seeing more progress and more profits as time goes on. Just like Nvidia, just like Apple, just like Microsoft. So, you know, can Google somehow surpass ChatGPT? That, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm real used to ChatGPT, real easy to use. There we go, new low a day. I said if we break below that 500, we're going new low a day. We broke it, and here's new low a day just like that. Amazing. Wow, what volatility we're seeing today. Amazing. Great first day of the new year, guys. This is amazing. What's up, Michael? Yes, sir. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We did a pretty good, man. We did real good. We got a little chop. In the morning, we had a little chop up here. We were short NQ. Stop was too tight. It stopped us out, and then it ran for 220 points. Said, all right, well, we're not going to chase it. Stayed patient. We actually caught it to the buy side once we came off of the support, once we had a low volume area, and ES had the same area as well. So we were able to take it for a quick scalp. It's like a 13-point stop, 30-point target, almost a 3-to-1. It's probably a 2-to-1. Very good. NQ previous day low next. Yeah, man, that's right. It's coming. And we're just going to go even lower than that. Because remember, guys, it's important to look at the daily time frame too. So look at the daily time frame on NASDAQ. That's a very small body. That tells me we have a long wick. We could go another strong move here, right? We could make a strong body to the downside, another 200 points. So now comes, okay, do we have any supply or demand zones down there? That 200-point target. Well, I see the next demand is 25,360. So that could be our next area of support or price target on NASDAQ at 25,360. Guys, great way to start the year. If you're here on YouTube, man, make sure you're smashing that like button. We absolutely killed it, wrecked it, Ralph today. Just did very well on some shorts, did even well on some scalps on the long side, stayed patient for our entries, and like I mentioned earlier, we stayed looking for the same setups. We want to be consistent in trading. Well, guys, to be consistent, you have to have a consistent system. You have to have structure. You have to have something that you can come back to day in, day out, day in, day out. Guess what? Volume analysis isn't going anywhere. Volume isn't going anywhere. And volume can't be hidden. We always say, oh, well, institutions move the markets, algos move the markets. Of course they do, right? They have millions and billions of dollars of capital to be able to move markets. We have pennies of that. We have not even pennies of that. So instead of trying to force trades, instead of trying to predict where the market will go, react. Wait for the market to react. Create zones, create trade setups that work. Time is it is 10:55. I'm gonna get out of here soon because I know Marziti wanted to go live as well for a pretty good stream. If you had a code for the discount, that would, yeah, I'm gonna check that out, Austin. I just messaged them. I'll let you know when they get back to me. I'll see if they even got back to me yet. Oh, Sabine. No, they have not gotten back to me yet. I'll keep you posted though, guys. I'll let you know. Because, yeah, it's a real cool platform. I like it. Like, you guys, I'm sure you guys see sometimes I'll go a day or two where I'm not really using it, but then I'll go a day where I really like to check it out. If you're using it, just like I mentioned about consistency and structure, if you're a gap fill trader, then guess what? You could have the gap fill right here where it tells me, check this out. So I'm under futures, ES, gap fill, past 6 months, standard. Standard means it's reading every single gap fill in the past 6 months. I can now look at it by size, and that tells me how large the size of the gap fill is. Now, what that's referring to is where are we gap fill wise? So let's say the gap fill's right here, and we opened up here. That would be a 1% gap fill, right? Edge fill's going to do that math for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. So ES gap fill, the ES gap size today was 0.53%. Now down here, we have our different brackets, the 0 to 0.20, the 0.20 to 0.39, 0.40 to 0.69. All right, 0.53 falls right here. Now it's showing me all the gap fills that were this size in the past 6 months. And what's also cool, the one that I really, really, really like for most reports, really, is going to be the bi-weekday report. Something else you can do, guys, new low day on NASDAQ, by the way. Another new low day being hit. Previous day low was taken out. We're going to see another huge sell-off today, guys. Sellers are very strong. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, bi-weekday. Oh, so when you change the sub-report, you could also bookmark it again. So in your bookmarks, you have the standard and then the different sub-reports too. So instead of going over here and changing it, you could just click it through over here. By size, by weekday, Friday, gap up, fill 65% of the time. By size, 0.50, 40% of the time. All right, well, today we filled it. Nasman continuing lower. Almost want to try another scalp here, but in profit on the day after a few paper cuts in the morning that weren't necessarily necessary. So we don't want to overtrade. We want to call it a day. We want to take the profit that we have and we move on because tomorrow's a new day and it's Friday. So Monday's a new day. Guys, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. It is 11 o'clock. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Don't forget, if you are here in the community, Marzitti's going to be going live very shortly, going over some trade setups, what am I looking at, different trading lingo, and any questions you guys might have. So definitely feel free to join in and ask him some questions too. Guys, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. I go live here Monday and Friday, Monday through Friday for our community at bullishbrs.com. I will see you all later. Happy New Year, and have a great weekend, everybody.